Hey, you guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to those of you that are new here, as well as those of you that have been with me for quite some time. Super excited to work with this deck of cards. I just did a review on these and I felt like doing a reading. I haven't really done a reading on this channel for, of course I do readings, but just a channeled kind of go with the flow. What's the message that you need to hear right now? What's coming through from spirit for you right now? I haven't done that. So let's dive in and see what's coming up for you. Let's see what your message is for right now. What is it that you need to hear? What does spirit want you to know? And let's see. I've got, oh, okay. You guys have woken up. Like whoever I'm speaking to, you guys have totally woken up. We've got the Seven of Cups, but in the reverse. And so temptations aren't working on you anymore. It feels as if everything's clear to you now. It's hard for you to be tempted or wooed or sucked into something anymore because you see right through it. You see through people, you see through their agendas, you see through their intentions, you see through what it is that they're really about, you see through what they want. And sometimes you play along with it, but sometimes you're just like, I don't think I'm going to play that game today. Sorry. So, but because you see through everything, it feels like the Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, sorry, Queen of Candles in this deck, Queen of Candles in the reverse, because you see through everything, you're like, there's this lack of, how should I say this lack of motivation, this lack of energy, this lack of fuel, because it feels hopeless out there. It feels like I'm never going to achieve what it is that I want. And I feel I'm doing a relationship reading here. Okay. I feel like I'm doing a relationship reading. And so then the third card that comes up is the two of wands. And in this deck, this indicates a decision whom you're going to serve, your higher self or your lower self. And it almost feels as if whatever it is that you're going through has actually led you to this crossroads to realize that the previous stuff, which has led you to realize that you can't be tempted anymore. You can't be, sweet talked anymore. You can't be any of this anymore because this is the Seven of Cups, which is here in this deck, the temptation. And this is not happening for you anymore. It's whatever. That's happened to bring you to a point of clarity. And because the ultimate luxury that we have is choice. And when we don't have choices anymore, then oh boy. So the ultimate luxury that you've got is this choice between higher self, lower self. Are you going to let yourself be sucked down into something, or are you going to choose to rise into your highest self, your highest expression of yourself? So what else is coming up for you here? We've got the Nine of Wands. Who am I reading for? You're going through it. So this here is Job. Job in the Bible, he was tested severely. Interesting that this is coming up underneath the temptation card. Temptation, and underneath is being tested. Okay. So Job was tested and he was really put through the ringer, but he never lost his faith. He never lost his belief that ultimately he was in God's hands. And so this feels as if you might be thinking or feeling as if you're going through some kind of a test. You're going through a testing time or a testing situation. And you're being, wow, the negativity, you guys, you're being asked to sacrifice something or give something up that is so dear to you. This may be an idea of something. There are the Empress, creativity, but also healing energy. Praying to the divine feminine. Not be, oh, I'm getting it now. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna pull 3 more cards and I'm pretty sure, yeah. So here's the 4 of feathers or the 4 of swords. Retreat into silence. Oh, we've got the 2 of grain. And this is faithful business, but it's in the reverse. And we've got the Tower of Babel. All right, so whoever I'm talking to, things are happening, and things are happening that you don't want to have happen at all. It's completely as if your life is spun out of control, in the sense that, of course, you're going about your day-to-day things, you're doing what you know what you need to do, but it really feels as if the direction of your life, where it's going, what you're experiencing, what you're going through, it all has nothing to do with what you actually want. And so, although you do believe in this, I create my own reality, I do all that, it feels like, oh, tomorrow I'm going to work on manifesting. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm going to start thinking right. But for right now, I'm indulging in this negative field and this negative feeling of acknowledging that things aren't going my way. And it feels as if something else, it's not even as if something else has control over your life, it's as if something keeps bumping or blocking everything that you want to do. So you take 2 steps forward and something comes and smacks you over here, but it's not really a truck and it's not really the universe. It's just what? And so it all makes no sense to you. And for that, you've kind of given up hope, especially when it comes to relationships. It feels like when I go into a relationship, I always have to sacrifice something. I have to compromise something I don't want to compromise. I have to give something up. So there's a lack of life force energy here. There's a lack of desire. There's a lack of oomph. There's a lack of being impressed by life anymore. It's like life has nothing to show me. There's nothing out there that life could possibly show me that would make me more interested again, the way I used to be when I was younger and I had these filters over my eyes. So it's coming to a point where it's like there's no light in your thinking, okay? There's no light in your thinking here. And it just feels like a continuous endurance and sacrifice, endurance and sacrifice, endurance and sacrifice. And so spirit is coming in, like they are showing that they are sending light to you and comfort. And this may be in the form of a friend or a female figure. But at the same time, this is also asking for accountability of you. And this accountability is coming in with this 2 of candles. What is it that you choose? What do you choose? Do you choose the high road or do you choose the low road? And the low road is going to be one of low experiences. So there's an opportunity coming for you here, and you may be contemplating or thinking it through. You may be taking time off. You may be resting at this moment that you're watching this, or you're taking time off work or something like that. But it's breaking everything down. You are going through a transformational cycle where everything is breaking down for you. Everything is coming down. It's breaking down. It's shattering to reveal your true core self, to reveal your true heart, to reveal your true energy and essence and who and what you're supposed to be here. It feels also as if when it comes to a financial situation that things are kind of iffy here, okay? It really feels as if things are a little bit turbulent. They're a little bit you may be also having some difficulty with some kind of work. Oh, this also feels like something was exposed at work, or you exposed yourself at work, or you exposed your heart at work. And it doesn't feel, But hope is coming your way, okay? Hope is coming your way because we've got here the star. Hope is coming your way. The star is coming up, the star is shining. And it's almost like it's time to let yourself be led. Again, remember this story of them looking for a sign and then finding the sign and believing in it and letting the sign guide them. They didn't second guess the sign. They didn't question the sign. They didn't think about the sign over and over again. They didn't misjudge the sign or anything like that. They saw the sign, believed in it, and let that sign guide them. So and again, when you let something guide you, what does that mean? It means you don't know where it's going to end up. You don't know what's going to happen on the way there. You don't even know if you're going to get somewhere where it's worth it for you, right? You don't know. So it's stepping out into the unknown, and it's risking, and it's having faith. It's having faith. It's believing. It's having faith. So here we have the Four of Candles, and this has to do with celebration. And but it feels as if there's a lack of joy and a lack of celebration here. It's almost as if you've received fantastic gifts, like you've gotten so much, and you don't see it. You don't recognize it. You don't recognize the gifts that you've received, and it really feels as if you're wanting to be bamboozled. You're not looking at your inner world or that inner wonder that is within you, that is you. You're waiting for the external to you want to be bowled over. You want to be flash bam, like see, I don't know, explosions in the sky. And even then you would question it. There's a serious energy of very deeply ingrained doubt, but there's a crack in your soul that spirit is utilizing, that spirit is using to try and access you. But this is very, very jaded, cynical, hardened energy. And it's gotten to the point where you really have to decide, are you going to continue down the pathway that this energy is taking you? Or are you going to decide to have a little more faith, a little more involvement in believing in the benevolence and the beneficence of the universe? It's up to you. It's up to you. What else is coming up for you? What else? What other message is coming through, please? For those watching this video, what is the guidance they need to hear right now? We've got the Justice or the Ten Commandments, Queen of Swords, King of Swords. There's definitely some kind of a decision making that is happening over your situation right now, okay? Somebody checking the books, checking what they can do, checking what that can happen. Some kind of record being made, but also what's demanded of you is to make a decision. And it's almost as if you don't make a decision, it will be made for you. And that decision is being checked right now. Yeah, there's something that is there's something around holding on to what you have, hesitating, not making a decision at the same time you're moving forward, though. So running away from making a decision, holding on to what you have, and it's not making you happy. Like it's 10 of Cups in the reverse. It's not making you happy. It's weighing on you. Ace of Cups. You're suffering under the lack of love. And Judgment. Yeah, you just feel like things are not going your way. This is so wow. These cards, like they just speak to me. So it feels like you feel judged. You feel judged by life. You feel judged by every situation you get yourself into. No matter what connection you're in, it's like people take it upon themselves to judge, criticize, or comment on your choices and what you're doing. It feels as if you're holding on to something here with the four of brain. You're holding on to what you have, you're counting what you have, but at the same time, you're trying to move on, you're trying to make things move forward, but it won't move forward. You keep getting pulled back because something is anchored in your past. Okay. This may be a mindset, a belief, a guilt, a shame, a something like that. It's anchored in your past and it's kind of like pulling you back all the time, although you're trying to move forward. And so you're bringing up a ton of energy to make the forward movement happen, but you're running straight into unhappiness because you're not fixing this. You're not fixing whatever is hooking you into the past. And what seems to be hooking into the past is this lack of love. Okay, this feeling of I can't get love. It's not that I'm unlovable, but there's not enough love to go around, and not enough love is out there for me, and not enough love is in the world, and I can't get love. And so it feels as if, oops, it was right side up. It's Ace of Swords. You focus on being, you're waiting for that inspiration. Again, that's the flash bamboozled that I was talking about. You want to be bamboozled by outer events. You want God to come down and hit you over the head with a stick and or stand in your living room and say, is this proof enough that I'm here? Because you're incapable of recognizing the gifts that you've already received. And so you can't celebrate. There's no joy. Okay, I'm gonna stop here because they're repeating themselves, but it feels like you've received a lot of gifts. You've received a lot from the universe, from God. There are gifts and talents that you have that you're not utilizing, that you're not developing, that you're not opening, that you're not tapping into because you refuse to believe in them. You refuse to believe because you're full of doubt and cynicism because of previous disappointments, and you feel like there's not enough love in the universe to go around. Whoever I'm talking to, they feel single. They don't feel like, it could be that you're in a relationship, but you feel alone in this relationship. And it feels as if you're kind of feeling stuck right now in the sense of I can move my life ahead, but it doesn't, no matter what I do, it doesn't move to happiness. And for some reason, people love to judge you. They love to comment on everything about you, what you wear, what you look like, what you smell like, what you talk about, how you make your decisions, what you do, all of it. They love to judge you. And so that's another thing that you're feeling really heavily judged wherever it is that you go, and as if others decide over you, which you don't. Like, you're an independent spirit. So this is also causing you to feel like I can't find any connection anywhere. It's just not happening. There's this feeling of you keeping things to yourself because you don't want to be judged. There's this feeling of you not telling everybody or anybody anything because they wouldn't understand anyways. And that just contributes to your feeling that there's not enough love to go around for you. So there's a deep childhood, of course, it always starts there. A wound where it's not that you feel, like I said, you don't feel like you're unlovable. You just feel like love is a finite thing. And for some reason it ran out when it came to you. And trying to connect with others just gets you into situations where you're judged. Let's see, what's your outcome? Problem, solution, outcome. Wow. So I just shuffled the cards and the exact same cards came up, but right side up. And we've got, again, this problem of being hooked in the past, value. I feel like this is value system, having proper values, making right choices, moving forward in the right way, the chariot will lead you to happiness and joy. So this is about shifting your values. What is it that you value? Write down everything you value about yourself. Write down everything you value about life. When life is working out, when it is going great, write down what you value about that. Write down the values that you wish to see in others or that you wish to see in the world around you. Write all that down. Bring it out into the open, speak it, articulate it, start living it, and you're going to start seeing it manifest in your life. You have to start becoming it because you are the conduit, you are the vessel through which this value is poured into being in order to manifest in the here and now. And while you might think that I'm here to enjoy my life, this is a reward for being a good person, this is a reward for doing everything right, you're not here for that or only that. That's an aspect of it. That's an aspect of it. But what you're really doing here is you're bringing value to this universe, to this life for other people and for you and for everyone that interacts with you. And so it feels as if once you start really living your values and you start expecting that value in your life to show up, and you start contributing to manifesting that value, you're going to start seeing it more and more and more around you. And people are going to start seeing you in that light. They're going to start seeing you in that light and going to start valuing you. So I feel like you've even though you're not, you're proud of not being able to being tempted anymore, that it still knocked you off your path a little bit, even though, yeah, you're not being tempted anymore. You can see through everything, but you're not focusing on the values, on the positive side of things. You're focusing on protecting yourself and making sure you see everything for what it really is. And you're keeping yourself on a lower vibrational frequency through that instead of saying, okay, I know that that's not going to happen to me anymore. I'm not going to encounter that anymore because I've decided generally no. And now I'm going to focus on what my values are. So joy, happiness, expansion, connection, love. And you'll see it start to manifest slowly, drip by drip. And like water, it's going to carve through all that hardness that you built up around yourself. And it's going to start flowing into your life more and more and more and more and more until all of a sudden it's a rushing river and you're living in your values. So it's really important that you start focusing in on that again. And one of those values is faith. It is faith, having faith in higher, having faith in signs, having faith in being guided, having faith in hearing the right message at the right time. Take care, you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.